Hello dear, this is the second part of our tutorial create your animated character. You remember at the previous part we discussed how we create a character using fireworks and with spriter tool we did create a stripe of sprites. So and this was the last result of that. You remember the alien that we have created. I'll create a folder, new folder, the animation site, and I'll drag my stripe to it. Okay. Now I need to create that animation. I need to create two things. The first thing is the HTML5 file, and the other thing is the CSS file. So what I will do is go directly to Dreamweaver. I'm using Dreamweaver as an editor, so you can use your own editor, any editor that you like to use. And the first step is to create the HTML5. So file, new, HTML5. So as you see, the doc type HTML, this is the header, the main declaration for HTML5 document, and I can name that animation document. Okay. Now to show this animation I need to only to create the division that will represent this animation. So I will create only one div, and this div will have an ID called, say, my alien. Okay, and we'll have a class, of course, that will be related to the animation, which is animate me. Okay, animate me. This is the class. Or animated me. This is my class. Okay, to be able to reach that class I need to create a linkage with the CSS that will represent that class. So first of all I will say file, save my file inside the site, the new site that I've created, which is the animation site. Okay, and name this index.html. Save. Okay, the second step is to create the linkage. First, before creating the linkage, I go directly to create the style sheet. File, new, CSS file, create. Okay. I'll only save it as is, empty. File, save as, style.css, save. I will use the normal manual way to declare and link the CSS. I know that Dreamweaver provide a very easy way to do that, but what I'll do everything manually. So even if you are working on a notepad, you can do the same thing that I'm doing. So go back to index.html, create the link. Okay, the relation is style sheet. The type is CSS, text.css. The href, which is the name of the file, is style.css. Since it is in the same folder, no problem. So the linkage is there. The only thing I need to do now is to create this style.css. Let's go directly to style.css. This is the file. So what I need to do in the style.css is first to create the the div that will show this character. To show this character, I need to create the animated me. Okay. Okay, as I mentioned, in animated me, the first important thing is to show the character itself. So to show the character, I need to create the background just to relate to the character that I've created, the stripe that I have created. So background, I set the URL. So the URL is the stripe. Okay. Now for that to be shown, I need to set, since it is based on background, so I need to have it displayed as block, otherwise it will not be shown correctly. And to set width and height, width and height. So for the width and height, I'll go and check what's the width and height for my stripe. So I'll go back and see the stripe, property details. So it's 144 and 1332. So the height is fixed 144, so no need to change anything. Okay. For the width, there is 12 frames, so I need to calculate this size to be divided on 12. So this is divided on 12. So it will be like 111. Let's check calculator. 1332 divided by 12, so it will be 111. Okay, so let's close that, go back. So the size is 111, and I'll set the position. It's the height here, string. Okay, let's set the position to absolute. Okay, now this is for showing the background. If I file, save that, I have to see the content of my page here. So let's go and check the animated site, open. So it's there, my character is there. So okay, now I need to be animated. So going back, to do the animation, I need to create the animation here. Normally for animation, what we do is to create keyframes, and to ask to animate depending on those keyframes. So I need to create the keyframes, add keyframes, and the name of the animation, anim, okay, or alien anim. Okay. Now to create, here I don't have a lot of I can specify a percentage as example to jump from each frame to another. I can specify a lot of things, but there's a very easy way to do this fast jumping, is to specify from to directly. What I'm changing here is the background position to be able to slide this content of the stripe inside the division that I have created. So from background position, it begins with the x, the distance, so from the 0, let's say px, it will move to what? Since I have a 12 frame, so I will need to jump 11 spaces to reach the end of that. So I need to calculate 11 multiplied by 111, which represent the width of each single frame or single status for my character. So it will be 1221. 1200. Okay. So now if I just add this animation directly, as example, I'll add animation name. Okay, the animation name is alien, which makes me able to do the animation, to apply that animation. Now animation duration, 1 second only. Animation iteration count, the number of times this will be iterated, infinite. Animation, let's leave timing function a little bit. Let's try it now. File, save, and to see our character. If you notice, the animation is applied, but with that kind of animation it doesn't look good because the animation is smooth. It's not jumping from one status to another. It goes fast to slide the content, and I can see it sliding, and this is not acceptable. So what I need to do is to tell the CSS to move it in steps. So animation timing functions steps, and specify the number of steps. In my case it's 11 step. Okay, till the end. Now if I run that again, go back, open, as you see I have fully beautifully animated alien. Okay, so I have now an animated character using CSS from a stripe of sprites. Okay, now the second step is to have this animated left and right using keystrokes. Okay, now to be able to do that I need to add an animation or way to detect the clicks and all that. The easiest way to do that is to depend on Jquery. You know that Jquery is becoming must in most of our websites and web applications, so it's not a bad idea to use it in our simple animation. So I have the latest version of Jquery here. I will drag it to my site. Okay, now what I will do is to go directly to the index here and add Jquery. Okay, add Jquery. How to add Jquery? It's too easy. You just add a script and set the source for that script to be browse the Jquery. Okay, and close the script. That's it. Okay, now I have Jquery on board. Now, to use jQuery, I will add the code to do that usage. To be able to use the query, I will add a script here at the end. I can isolate it as a separate script, or I can add it directly here. Okay, to be more professional, I will go and separate it. I give file, new, JavaScript. Do I have JavaScript here? JavaScript, yes, create. Okay, now what I will do is create a JavaScript that will handle this. First of all, I need to specify what will happen when I click a button. So I will detect the clicking of a button by selecting the document dot. So if I have document dot key down, somebody click on key down, I will have this function event executed. Now what is the function that I want it to be executed? I want to check what is the key that were pressed. So to get the key, I will use the switch structure and depend on something called event dot key code. What's the code of the key clicked? Now, in case of this key was 37, the code for left arrow is 37. I will do something. And case if it was 39, which represent the right arrow, I'll do something else. So what I will do the only thing that I will do animate the content. Which content? I will go back and check. I have named that division my alien, so let's move my alien. So my alien dot animate, and in animate I will set the CSS left to be added plus 50 as example. What I mean here by it will be added, it will be increased by 50 pixels. Okay. The same goes for the 39, sorry, and the alien will move minus 50. And I'll save that as script, my script .js. Save. Okay. Now I need to install that script, to add that script to my page. So I'll put here script source equal my script .js. Okay. Let's try to check if it's working. Nothing is working. I'm clicking left and right. I still have a problem. So what is my problem? Let's check. My script to JavaScript. This is the source. Let's go to my script. Document key down function. Event key code. Case break. Animate left. Animate right. I think this needs to be closed. Okay, here we have plus equal plus equal, just to add, to do the addition or subtraction. Save. Sorry, our main problem here is that we didn't add the hash. This is too stupid. This hash, we need to add a hash here and here because it's an ID, it's not a class. File, save, and refresh, and this is our character moving freely with clicks on our keyboard. Now, even though that we are trying to move it left and right, but it's not switching the direction, so I need to add something to add this switching direction. So I will add something called flip, class called flip dot flip, and in flip I only apply a transformation for scale -1. So I will say transform scale x -1. So this will make it flip version of the animation. So to apply that, when I click on 37, it will add my alien dot add class flip, and if I'm clicking 39, I will have remove class. In that way, if I refresh, as you see, I have this character moving left and right. Freely. Okay. So this was our tutorial for today. What we did is we created the HTML file, we added the CSS styles to do the animation and the flipping. Then we add our script that uses the Jquery to be able to do the animation based on different key codes for specific keyboard click. So thank you for seeing the video, and I hope it was beneficial to you. Bye bye. See you in another tutorial.